Hello and welcome to Advertisers Watching Ads. This is a weekly show where brands watch other brands' ads.
More than half of sneakerheads, they wear less than half of the sneakers that they buy.
eBay arguably have done more than anyone else to kind of enable this type of behavior, this kind of sneaker resale economy.
I wonder if it does kind of just keep perpetuating the myth that you can get them worn at a cheaper price, but you'll never really get the pristine, brilliant valued first editions.
My name is Tom Ollerton. I'm the founder of Automated Creative. And this week we are brought to you as ever by our partners Contagious. So thanks to those guys for helping us choose this week's ad. Before we get to this week's creative, let's meet this week's guests.
Hi, I'm Alex Taborda. I'm Senior Media Manager at L'Oreal within the Luxe division.
I'm Patrick Williamson. I'm the Head of Global Media at MPB, which is the world's largest platform for buying, selling, trading photo and video equipment.
And I'm Dan Moseley. I am the North America Managing Director for Automated Creative.
What a panel. Right, so let's see this week's ad.
Sneakers. In the beginning, nobody thought twice about lacing up a new pair. But somewhere along the way, things got a little out of control.
The global sneaker market is predicted to reach $120 billion.
These I don't think I'll ever wear. This is more of an investment. The guy with the bot, he is buying 10 pairs at a time, and when Joe Schmoke gets done, the shoe has already sold out.
With resellers and bots snatching up every new sneaker seconds after they drop, just to flip them for a profit, most sneaker lovers can no longer afford to buy the pairs they want to wear. As the oldest and largest marketplace for new and pre-worn sneakers, eBay believes nothing should stop you from wearing your kicks. So how do you get the hottest pairs to people who truly love and will actually wear them? Introducing the Wear 'em Out store, the first sneaker shop to reward sneakerheads for wearing their kicks. Every sneaker had a market price and a Wear 'em Out price. To get the Wear 'em Out price, you had to show up, lace them up, and wear them out of the store. Walking a path of gravel, cement, and grass, that guaranteed the shoes couldn't be resold as new. We teamed up with rapper and sneakerhead Offset to curate the collection. How did people react?
You guys won't believe what eBay's doing this weekend in LA.
This is absolutely genius.
eBay is changing the sneakerhead game.
The media loved it too. The store was open and packed for 3 days. People even camped out overnight.
Did you guys sleep here?
Yeah.
It drove more than 700 million earned impressions and more than 150 million social interactions. It reminded us that sneakers are meant to be worn, and eBay is the ultimate place to find them.
You're undead stocking a sneaker, which for a sneakerhead is a very big moment.
And that's why this store is so dope, because you gotta wear them out.
Wear them out. Wear them out. Wear them out. Wear them out.
We're going to score this ad for its chance to win ad of the year. So marks out of 5. 1, 2, 3. A 4, a 4, and a 4. Wow, I think that probably puts eBay in first place so far for the year. Well done, guys. I am completely lost on what this is about. Could someone explain to me what is actually going on with this campaign?
I think I'm the same as you, Tom. This subculture was a bit new to me, so went down a bit of a rabbit hole of discovery after watching this ad, just around the whole topic of the fact that more than half of sneakerheads, they wear less than half of the sneakers that they buy. So there's a bunch of people out there who are buying these sneakers on eBay, various other platforms as well. And there's a bunch of people who've made a lot of money out of this. So buying trainers brand new as soon as they go on sale, and then putting them straight on eBay, selling them for triple the price.
I am actually an on and off sneakerhead. I actually lost out on a pair of trainers on Friday, a collaboration between Palace and Adidas. So this is like totally of the moment for me, and I'm actually a little bit still upset about it. But my understanding is that the way that eBay did it was they sourced all of these kind of really in demand and kind of really well loved different types of trainers as new. But the twist on it was that in order to unlock cheaper pricing, people had to physically walk through the gravel, through the mud, so that the trainers couldn't just take the trainers at a lower price and then put it on eBay later down the line. So it was kind of making them not box fresh anymore.
Right.
Can I take an analogy that different in an area that Tom might understand, but there's something that I can imagine you collecting. Imagine if the Beatles had issued trading cards that were pristine and brand new, and then you were asked to tear the corners of them and touch them and kind of rough them up a bit. I think that's probably the closest to where you're at.
Okay, thanks for explaining their contemporary culture to me. But what I don't understand is how this solves the problem. How does this solve the problem of people or bots buying pilot trainers and selling them off cheap?
eBay arguably have done more than anyone else to kind of enable this type of behavior, this kind of sneaker resale economy, because they make it so easy for people who are managing to get these trainers to put them straight online and sell them at a huge profit. And what they're doing, or what they are doing in theory with this activation, is kind of flipping on its head and actually offering the buyer some respite from that and allowing them to access the trainers that they want at a cheaper price. I think the problem with it is that I'm not seeing how this then extends out beyond this activation. It does a good job at trying to repaint eBay in a new light as being on the side of the buyer, but how that kind of extends beyond that initial activation, I'm not sure.
How does this make more people more likely to buy more trainers on eBay? I mean, to me, it would have made more sense if it was linked to kind of maybe more of a statement around, how eBay is sort of, protecting buyers on the platform, ensuring, people don't get ripped off, people get fair prices. I think it was definitely much more in the realm of kind of a PR move to just connect kind of eBay with the concept of reselling trainers on their platform. But it was kind of like, it didn't really seem to me to kind of deliver on kind of like what is a kind of brand promise from eBay to their customers. So yeah, that was kind of, to me, felt like a little bit of a missing link. Great PR idea, the experiential activation looked amazing. I think, they kind of, gained obviously a lot of kind of earned media around that. But I wasn't quite sure where it kind of, from a kind of eBay product proposition standpoint, where it kind of fitted in.
I guess in this market, you've got people who have your sneakers at your absolute mint, untouched, box fresh. And then you've got companies like Depop that kind of sell the kind of quite used, almost like thrifting style approach to reselling. And it does do something interesting in putting eBay somewhere in the middle where you're almost not so unattainable. There's completely brand new, it's untouchable, it's too expensive. It's not been kind of worn and loved for a few years, and you kind of sit in a really nice middle space. So I wonder if it's a bit of a positioning exercise for them too.
I think there's a real opportunity in this space, actually. Like, the kind of the world of re-commerce as a kind of topic, different reselling options, particularly the world of fashion. We're in the electronics sort of business of reselling. There's a big kind of trust barrier here for a lot of people, particularly when it comes to kind of peer-to-peer selling and knowing, am I getting a fair price? Am I getting the product that I want? Is it authentic? And I think maybe they could have played a little bit more on the kind of, eBay being a destination you can trust. Yeah, that to me felt like maybe the sort of the missing link, I suppose.
The industry that this economy reminds me of most is tickets. There's obviously the massive furor around the Taylor Swift tour that went on sale recently that sold out immediately. People buying the tickets and selling them on for huge profits. And obviously, it's always the buyer or the person or the fan or the person who actually wants these things that has to ultimately either pay more or doesn't actually get what they want in the end, because if the scalpers have got it and sold it for a price they can't afford. So I totally agree. There was a big opportunity for eBay to use this PR activation as the initial hook to get people in, and then to kind of roll out what their proposition is for buyers and protecting buyers. And I think I've not seen that, certainly, and it's obviously not in the video.
I watched this at face value and thought my initial takeaway was they've done this really well and they've kind of hit that. But actually, talking about it today, the thing that's really interesting is actually sneaker culture is a bit kind of golden ticket locked off to a certain amount of people. You've got influencers who are inflating the price. They get probably invited to get the sneakers rather than, your average Joe getting a chance to have them. And actually, does this activation continue to lock up all of that access to anyone invited to a thing? It sort of puts it slightly out of the reach of other people. I wonder if it does kind of just keep perpetuating the myth that you can get them worn at a cheaper price, but you'll never really get the pristine, brilliant valued first editions, if that kind of makes sense. So yeah, it's interesting. I think that didn't come across the first time I watched this, but the more and more I talk to you guys around it, it does feel like maybe that's a bit of an issue for positioning.
Right, so we're at the end of the episode now. So there's two things. First off, this is a thumb up or thumb down vote on would you sign off this campaign in its entirety in its current form? Yes or no? Yeah, 3 thumbs up. Well done, guys. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you all next week.